everybody. This is Terry Wolfe for MetaGearSolid.org. We're here with Joey Urtiaga again. We're going to be talking...
Hello.
Yes, hello. We're going to be talking today about Metal Gear spin-off kind of stuff, extra games they come up with on the side of the main series, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 kind of thing. Things like Acid, things like Portable Ops. I would even count Metal Gear Online in there. And so I guess what I'll start off with is welcoming Joey to the show again. Hello. And
thanks.
Yeah, it was fun last time, so we're going to try to do it again.
Sounds great.
Now we were talking a little bit before, you said that you'd played Acid, and what was the other game?
Acid, Portable Ops, if you want to count the digital graphic novel as somewhat of a game, I guess you can.
Yeah.
I actually got both Portable Ops and Portable Ops Plus, both Acid games.
See, and I haven't played any of those, but so I can't actually talk about how fun they were or anything like that. Did you think that? How are the quality of the games in general? I mean, obviously, it must be at least somewhat successful if they keep releasing sequels.
Right. Well, I think they played a lot to the power of the PSP, as far as how limited it is with one joystick and all of that, and the way the button configuration is. I personally enjoyed the Acid games, the Portable Ops, and such, and I think for what the PSP was, it was a great release setup. You know, as the PSP was getting its feet in the water of the handheld market.
Yeah, because it kind of seemed like it didn't have a lot going for it until these games came out that, they basically took the Metal Gear Solid 2 engine and ported it over, right? That's, at least for Portable Ops, I thought that's what they did for the first game.
It seemed like that. The Portable Ops game kind of had a Metal Gear Solid 3 feel to it, although, I mean, you can understand there's going to be a downplay in as far as graphics go.
Right.
The Metal Gear Acid games, they played on different, engines. The first one seemed more of a, how can I say, between an MGS1 and an MGS2.
Mm-hmm.
They had that kind of feel to it, and then the Acid 2 game went in a totally complete direction.
Yeah.
Had that one 3D view screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's really just kind of trippy colors there in that second one.
Yeah.
It
looks great on the PSP. I mean, I gotta say, I enjoyed that one a lot more.
Yeah, I was looking at that. It seems like not only is it just eye-catching, but because it has its own style, and it's kind of really, from what I've seen, the designs and everything are pretty exaggerated, the proportions and everything. They just kind of made it feel like it's its own brand, like something that stands out from among the other ones. Not like, hey, you like the other ones, now play this one because it looks almost exactly the same. Like, no, it's actually took some original design in there and some originality, I guess, which is something you're always concerned about when it's a spin-off of a different series. How much they're actually putting into it as opposed to just kind of milking the series for its popularity and just porting things over and kind of doing a half-assed job on it. But I mean, obviously it's a turn-based, card-based game, so I mean that's already totally different. But then to make the style itself look so different too, that actually intrigued me. I was almost ready to buy a PSP and actually try them out, but I read reviews of it, and I just don't think I would actually get into it too much because I was like the story so much more in the games, not so much the gameplay isn't why I buy the game.
Right. Well, the storylines in the Acid games are very complex. The first one had lost me more than once. It took a couple plays to kind of just to basically get the understanding of it. The story was complex, but at the end it still gave a great story. It was a great diversion from the main Metal Gear canon ideas, and it still brought life in its own. And I thought that was something that was great. not only that, but it continued on into Metal Gear Acid 2, which I thought was really good too. As far as story goes, it's interesting if you.
What's the basic premise of the first one?
Let's see. A best way. I don't know. Do you want spoilers or not?
I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, basically, it starts off with kind of like the idea of Campbell's old friend finding Snake out here in the wilderness, in Alaska, pulling him back into service to help take down terrorists that are holding the, I guess not the senator or president-elect that's gonna be taking office, and the plane's being held hostage by these two weird dolls. And it involves a story of, children experimentation, like doing the psychic powers. It deals with a lot of terrorist ideas. So
it's, it's not
that kind of thing.
It's not too far-fetched from the actual main series then.
Yeah. It is, as far as trying to... I don't think it has that much of an emotional connection as the main Metal Gear games did, but as far as bringing an interesting story that is away from the main Metal Gear games as it can, it's quite interesting for what it was.
Okay. Well, sorry to interrupt, but I also wanted to go to talk about Portable Ops, because they actually called those canon story.
Yes.
And so, that, to me, when they did that and they kind of pulled that move, which I consider to be kind of a sales tactic pretty much, because, obviously, it's pretty much guaranteed you're going to get a bunch more sales if you call it canon story, because then, if you want to understand, if someone like me who, wants to understand the whole plot of the story, now suddenly I'm supposed to go and buy a PSP and buy this, and then, if you have a PSP already, why not get these other Metal Gear games and everything else that comes with it? And I actually didn't like that. I have looked up all the cinematics for Portable Ops separately.
Artwork by Ashley Wood. Yes.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I loved it.
You like that style?
Oh yeah. As you know, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid comic book fan.
Yeah.
I followed Ashley Wood's artwork for quite some time. I was really excited to see that not only did they use the idea for the graphic novel, but pushing it forward into original material, and to have them do voice work and have them do action with it. And I think the quality from the digital graphic novel to the Portable Ops game was a great upgrade to what it was. And I also own the digital graphic novel for the PSP as well, which I guess some can consider a game. But I don't know. I really enjoyed the way it was a different take. And not only that, but again, since I enjoyed the artwork, it was a great way to showcase work I haven't seen before. And I got a kick out of it.
It's probably they probably picked Ashley Wood because his style is comparable to Shinkawa's, but they didn't want Shinkawa to actually try to do everything in the game, because even though he's got an awesome art style, he isn't really cut out for doing that much. I think they're
actually really good friends.
Yeah.
Yes, they actually in Ashley's blog, they actually have it to where when they were doing the Tokyo Game Show a year or two ago, they actually were met up with each other, sketched in each other's books, did a lot of stuff. And like I said, they've known each other and known about their artwork each other for quite some time now. And I think that's what got a mutual relationship between those two going.
Right.
And I mean, if Shinkawa liked him, I think that's more than a good enough choice to see what Ashley Wood was able to bring up in the series.
Yeah, for the most part, I like Ashley Wood's artwork, I gotta say, but there are some times when I'm like, can't hardly even make out what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about that last time when we were doing the PTT podcast back in the day. I think I was pretty hard on Ashley Wood because some